And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we do get into today's video, as always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. So I hope you guys are all well. There's a lot to discuss in today's video with regards to transfers. As you can tell by the title, the main story is with Matt O'Reilly. So we'll get into that in just a second. But I want to start today's video by going over the upcoming pre-season, because we are getting closer and closer to Celtic returning for our first two pre-season games against Ayr United and Queen's Park. So there's been a lot of talk who will be available, who won't be available. Of course, we know a lot of first team players won't be available due to them being international duty, such as Cameron Carter-Vickers, Alistair Johnson, etc. Some Scottish players like Greg Taylor, Forrest may not be available as well because they're having some time to rest and recover after the Euros. But we know the likes of Matt O'Reilly, Kyogo will be available for this game. So with the absence of Greg Taylor at left back for these first two matches, a lot of things are pointed towards a youngster called Matthew Anderson, and a lot of Celtic fans believe he should get a call up for these first two pre-season friendlies. And I think I'm in agreement with that, to be fair. If you don't know who Matthew Anderson is, he went on loan last season to Austrian second-tier side Admira Wacker. He made 22 appearances in all competitions, and he registered 7 goal contributions from a left-back position, which is really, really good return. He is 20 years old. He's kind of, he kind of possesses all the attributes that you want for a modern-day fullback. He's quick and adept going forward, and he can also carry the ball well, get up and down the line with ease, create chances, and is strong in his defensive work. So games against Ayr United and Queen's Park would be ideal for Anderson to catch the eye and impress before the Celts head out to the USA for sure. And hopefully Brendan Rodgers, of course, who's known for nurturing young talent and developing them, can perhaps give him a chance and see how good he does in those first two games. And of course, left back is a position that we need to strengthen this transfer window. If we can maybe nurture a young player like Anderson to come through and do a good job in these pre-season games, who knows what the future could hold for him this season. He could be a good backup choice to Greg Taylor if he performs really, really well. So let me know your thoughts with regards to that in the comment section with regards to Anderson. And now I want to talk about a first team player that we previously mentioned who is on international duty, that is Cameron Carter-Vickers, because he's recently been given some harsh criticism by American pundit Brian McBride for his poor international cameo in the early hours on Friday morning. So the centre-half came on for the second half of the USA's 2-1 Copa America loss to Panama and was in no way convincing. He almost gave away a penalty in a far from impressive cameo. Across the pond, criticism has been vast for the 26-year-old, and McBride, who played for the US national team over 90 times, has led the condemnation. He said, "Across the back line, Anton Robinson is the only one I give a grade to in this match, to be honest. Cameron Carter-Vickers, whatever the lowest grade is we want to give a player, he was poor in that game and almost cost US before." So strangely enough for Celtic fans, they might be quietly pleased Carter-Vickers didn't positively catch the eye in his recent international appearance. The Parkhead fans know how key and consistent he is for the Hoops, and having no one, including scouts and potential suitors, be impressed by him on the big stage will be welcomed. So I think a lot of Celtic fans obviously don't want to see his player perform badly, but it might turn potential suitors away from him if he isn't doing too well out of his national side. But yeah, he's definitely struggling this Copa America with the USA. So hopefully he has a good season ahead of him with Celtic. But as it says there, maybe a lot of Celtic fans won't be too fussed if that does turn away potential suitors for him. So let's get into the main story for today, and that is with regards to Matt O'Reilly, of course. He's been in the headlines for some time now. Will he go or will he stay this transfer window? Of course, I think the majority of Celtic fans would prefer that he stays. But of course, he's been our star player for the last season, and there's been a lot of interest in him. Atletico Madrid bid for him in January. We rejected it. Matt O'Reilly was more than happy to stay at Celtic. He's not really kicked up a fuss with regards to leaving. He seems pretty content at being at Celtic. He's not really shown any desire to leave. He's not forcing the way out of the club, which is quite cool to see. And now Celtic have set a valuation on his head for this summer transfer window, and that is £30 million should he leave the club. That's what the other teams will have to pay us, £30 million, and that would be a record fee for a Scottish club. Now, it is a lot of money, but as supporters, we'd much rather have our key players with us. rather than any money. We've got enough money as it is. We qualified for the Champions League again, so we've got the group stage money there. So £30 million for us in the bank is good, but will we spend it? Probably not. So I'd much rather have Matt O'Reilly at the club and doing bits for us this coming season. So yeah, hopefully he does stay. I mean, a lot of people are kind of convinced he will leave, and there's not much chance that he'll stay at the club this transfer window. But as I mentioned, he's not really kicked up a fuss that he wants to leave the club, so I wouldn't be too shocked if he does stay. But it would be hard to kind of battle for any potential suitors for him, because there's a lot of interest in him from the Premier League, from Italy, from Spain, of course, with Atletico Madrid. There's interest everywhere for him. So yeah, I wouldn't be. Either way, I wouldn't be too surprised if he stays or goes. I mean, he obviously loves it at Celtic. So hopefully he does stay. From a fan's point of view, the money means nothing to us really, especially if you don't spend it. So, what's an extra 30 million for us? Nothing really. It also says in the today's news as well, it looks as though Bernardo will return to pre-season with Benfica. Paulo Bernardo, it looks like he will stay there for this pre-season. However, it still does appear he has no long-term future at the club, and a move to Celtic remains a possibility. It's just about meeting the wage demands and the transfer fee for him. It is said that he's keen on coming back to Celtic. He loved his time here. Of course, he had a very good stint during the December month where he was quite good. It wasn't brilliant throughout the season, let's not kid ourselves, but he had moments and glimpses where you think this guy can be a really good player for us going forward. So hopefully there can be a fee agreed there, and they can come to terms with wages as well, and agree terms there as well. That would be a good little bit of business for Celtic. As things stand right now, the Adam Idah situation still remains pretty quiet. We spoke yesterday how we're interested in Theo Blair from Motherwell as well, which is quite an interesting story as well. But that's gone pretty quiet today. So the main story today is Matt O'Reilly's valuation is set at £30 million, and that is what clubs will have to pay if they want to sign him this summer. So a lot of money, but money means nothing if you don't spend it. So I'd rather keep Matt O'Reilly at the club. But let me know your thoughts with regards to that down in the comment section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. As always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. As you can see by the channel, we are edging closer to 8,000 subscribers. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel and you are enjoying the content, it would be really greatly appreciated if you could do so and help us reach that target of 8,000 subscribers. We're trying to get there by the end of the transfer window. I think that's a pretty realistic aim for this channel. But yeah, drop a like, subscribe, take care, bye bye.